We are doing it. It's Red. What's going
Did
on,
it.
everyone? Welcome to episode 53 of the 740 Sports Show. It's a hot, rainy Wednesday in the 740, but we're here doing our thing regardless of the elements because guess what, bub? We're playing indoor sport.
What's that? What's the indoor sport? Basketball,
Podcasting.
yes. Oh,
Podcasting.
we play
And
basketball indoors too, and outdoors at the pool from time to time.
that does happen. When's the last time you pooped it up, though?
It's been a minute.
Yeah, exactly. So tonight we're podcasting, boys and girls. It is a hot, rainy Wednesday in the 740. But again, can't let it deter you from doing what we do, which is talking 740 sports. And today we're talking some of our favorite sports, but we got a lot going on here. We got the national anthem heard round the world.
That was tough.
It was a tough one. We're going to find out if that was a national anthem worth standing for Rob. Of course, our degenerate gambler, but also notable patriot. College football's back, bub. We're going to talk about what we're most excited to do. We got it downloading right now ourselves, and the Summer League / Olympic hoops are going on. And then we got a fun weekend lined up at the Hoop Project. So let's go ahead and get right into this. If you're tuning in, thank you for joining. We appreciate you for being here. Go ahead, Trav. Do what you do. We're going to lace him up, strap him up, tie him up just a little bit tighter this evening, bub. Episode 53 of the 740 Sports Show. Let's go. Tell you what, we got a whole lot of football in that intro, bub, and it just gets me going for football. That time is right around the corner. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the 740 Sports Show. It's episode 53. Tonight, we're tag teaming it, bub. It's me and you tonight.
Yeah, it's just the two amigos.
Just the two amigos, the lifelong brothers, doing what we do best, which is talking sports and lulling you to sleep just before bedtime. So we're going to go ahead and do that, bub. So let's go ahead and kick it off. First of all, fun weekend we had, man. Let's talk about that for just a moment. Chillicothe Card Show on Sunday, and then we met with Darian Lewis, the Chillicothe Paints field manager, on Sunday. Had an absolute blast with both of those two things, man. What was your takeaway from Sunday, bub?
Yeah, it was a busy one. It was a busy morning, busy afternoon. I thought the coach from the Paints, the field manager, Darian, I thought he was awesome.
He was great, man.
I thought he had a great personality. He let us, go into the clubhouse and shoot from there, which I thought was very nice of him to do.
Gave us
the card show.
Gave us
what
two
is it?
shirts.
Yeah, and he did give us two shirts.
One was a little big for me, but no sweat because I think it'll fit the producer Trav. Who's very happy to have
Trav is all
shirt.
about he's all about getting shirts. He's a
Absolutely.
shirt guy.
Dude.
He'll shop for shirts all day.
Bro.
We went to a pilot yesterday, and his first take was, go look at shirts.
Okay.
And I've never seen somebody like go to a pilot to look at shirts, but that's his like go-to clothing store, I guess.
The swag of a producer, man. And we appreciate our producer, Trav, doing what he does best, which is styling and profiling and getting us on the air. So, Trav, we love you, brother. But, Bub, let's get back to it here, man. We've had a busy weekend. We're going to get right back to it tonight. We're back on the grind. We got episode 53. We got some really interesting things to discuss tonight. A little bit outside the 740 area for some of it. At least that's the way it's going to begin. But we're going to trickle back into our beloved corner of the world here in the 740 here later in the episode. So stay tuned. But, Bub, we got to talk about it. Everyone else is.
Yeah.
Ingrid Andress, the home run derby anthem. Let's go. You got it.
Yeah, you showed me that yesterday, I believe.
I did.
That was up there on the worst, maybe the worst national anthem rendition I've ever heard.
It was tough.
I mean, it looked like she was defeated singing that.
Yeah.
And, we've all been there after, we've had too many drinks. We've all had the karaoke mic and, we grab the mic and sing. Usually mine's like Tracy Lawrence or something like that. Paint Me at Birmingham. Right. Something not as meaningful as the national anthem.
So your brain went exactly to where my brain went, which is karaoke. And again, if she put herself into AA, so that tells me that she's recognizing some sort of issue she's got, right? So I don't want to make too much light of a situation, but she is the only person that I've ever heard sing karaoke who didn't get better singing karaoke drunk.
Yeah. Well, okay. To be fair, when you're talking about like being an actual like singer and like the performance world and everything, like you got high expectations. We don't have a high bar. Like we could sing in the shower, we could sing at a bar, drunker than hell. It doesn't matter. Our level and expectations are going to be the same. But like when you're like you got that status of celebrity that she does, I mean, you got expectations to live up to.
I mean, I'm just saying. I listened to Dad sing. I got Friends in Low Places by Garth Brooks.
Yeah,
and it brought a tear to my eye, bub. It was like I couldn't even look at the man when he was singing. I was like, "Wow, Dad, you're a pretty good you're a pretty good drunk singer." Oh, dude, I was like 12. It was a great time. It was a great time. Local bars, by the way, boys and girls. But hey, he did that, and I was like, "Wow, okay, Dad, not too bad. Dad's got a set of pipes on him." Ingrid Andress, brother. She
botched that.
She might be better at the pub. She might be better at the stock room or somewhere like that. But she had a rough night at the home run derby, bub. And I'm not even sure if that's a national anthem that our good buddy and notable patriot, Rob Cantor, would have stood for. I'm not sure Rob stands for that one, bub.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he does. I don't think Rob stands for a lot of things, but I think the national anthem is one of them. But I think, I mean, the All-Star game kind of held the same L, right, with their uniforms. Those uniforms were god-awful.
Those uniforms were terrible. Hey,
the MLB All-Star...
I got a text from Dad about it mid-game, and Dad doesn't, you know Dad. Dad
he's not on the phone.
He's not texting a bunch, man. Dad sends me a text, says these are the worst uniforms I've ever seen. So I had to tune in. If Dad sends me a text, I'm tuning in 100% of the time. And
they were god awful.
It looked like a slow pitch softball tournament. Like it was terrible, dude.
Yeah, it was. I don't know.
But
I feel like they're just overcomplicating. I don't know. It's not that hard to make good looking uniforms. We did it as kids on like college football and everything.
Yeah. Speaking of being kids, you know, we mentioned home run derby. We used to love that, man. Home run derby night. We were outside just about every home run derby night, having our own.
We also had guys on roids.
We didn't. The MLB did.
Yeah, but we got to watch those guys. we got to watch those guys on roids.
Just so we're all clear, we did not have kids on roids participating in the backyard for a home run derby. That would have been awesome. I'm not against that, but that wasn't what was happening. But we used to, dude, I hope kids are still doing that stuff, man. Like, you know what I mean? Just getting on the backyard, hitting it up on the neighbor's porch. If it gets up there, it's a home run. Over the house is upper deck. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
you see Walmart selling wiffle ball bats and balls still, so, I mean, they got to be buying them out and restocking them for a reason.
Someone's buying that stuff, but, man, I hope kids are still doing those things, man. If you're listening and you got kids that are doing those things, let us know, man, because we're always interested in hearing about the kiddos and what they got going on. So that's awesome. That's something we used to do as kids. We used to have a blast every home run derby, man. We would pretend to do a home run derby. Do you remember this, man? We would do the home run derby, and then we'd, like, draft our own all-star team.
Yeah, I remember that.
We'd play 1v1 wiffle ball, dude, and just have a blast.
Before we had the fences up.
Yeah. It was a time, man. It was a time. So I hope kids out there are still doing those same things, man. That's awesome. I did hear somebody notably say the funniest comment. And again, what happened during the national anthem was a pretty serious incident. But what happened at the rally with Donald Trump was also a pretty serious incident.
Yeah.
I heard somebody comment.
Yeah, I seen this comment. Okay, I bet you anything. I seen the same one.
Home run derby anthem. And someone said, First Trump's ear,
Yeah.
now ours.
Oh, God. It was a great one.
Bro, producer Trav is cackling. And I love everything about that.
Yeah.
And even Willow loves it downstairs.
Yeah, Willow was going crazy downstairs.
Willow loves it. Willow's like, that's a great joke.
I don't know what she is barking at, but she is mad about something.
Hey, I'll tell you what, she's mad because America is in cahoots right now, bub. America's in shams. But nonetheless, we're going to bring something back because we got to tie America back to something great outside of politics, outside of bad national anthems. And I didn't even watch it. I didn't even hear anything about the home run derby because of
there's just no names that I care to. There's also just no names that I care about watching. Like I said, we had roidie guys, hitting baseballs back in the day. So
it was
you go from that to this, and
it's a little
overdone and everything. I mean, we've seen the stages, people standing on stages on the infield. Like that was corny.
We weren't crazy about the platforms during the national anthem as well, but what do you do, bub? Yeah. What do you do?
You don't have to overdo it. Just bring the best players and let them play baseball.
I agree with that. I'm on board with that, but that's not what the MLB thinks. But hey, speaking of just playing ball, we can just play ball again, bub, because college football's back.
Yes, it is. College football 25?
25 is here. And, bub,
it's
been 11
awesome.
years. It has been 11 years in the making. You're exactly right. It does look awesome. We've got it downloading at the moment on the Xbox here.
Mm-hmm.
As you know, as the followers may know, we do share a console. Bub, what are you most looking forward to when it comes to college football 25 being back?
I think obviously playing a dynasty and kind of seeing how the recruiting is and everything. We've gotten a little inside look of it earlier too, prior to buying and everything, but go in there and see what experiences they have to offer and all that. That's what I'm looking forward to the most.
So is that the mode you're going to play first, Dynasty? Straight to Dynasty mode for you?
Yeah, pretty much straight to Dynasty. I'm not going to do my career or anything. I'm going to do Dynasty, and then I'll pick up my career on the side or something like that.
So you know me, man. I'm a creature that kind of back and forths everything in life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Just everything. I can't stick to any just one thing. I'll probably start a Dynasty first, and then I'll go straight road to glory.
Yep.
Which I always have a hard time with because I always have a hard time picking a position on road to glory.
Yeah, quarterbacks it gets old after a season or like after one go around.
It does.
And then no other positions are really that fun to play.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you get a good dynasty mode and that can take up a whole year's worth. I mean, that could take up 4 years worth.
Dude, the dynasty mode is the most fun, man. Like it's so dynamic and it sounds like the EA Sports has done their homework and not only done their homework, but put some action to it too. And
I haven't really asked anybody their opinions on it, like Brown or Rob's or anything. Well, actually, I know Rob hasn't gotten it because he doesn't have a console, but I haven't asked anybody's opinion because I'm kind of curious just to find out for myself what it's about.
So I live a little more in the social media world than you do.
I know.
I've seen a bunch of overwhelming comments. I haven't seen anything underwhelming.
Good.
I saw one. Let me rephrase that. I did see one. I saw one guy comparing it to just every year's Madden, and he got trashed.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not that. You know what I mean?
That's a guy looking for clout.
To learn it. I think it was maybe trying to be a little bit different, bub. But nonetheless,
nobody likes the hipster.
No one likes that, man. No one likes a hater. You know what I mean? Like, especially on something that so many people are excited about. Like, just be excited about something.
Yep.
I also saw another person comment that said men have never been more or less divided, I guess, than they are right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think
that's what a good game can do.
On board. Yeah. Yeah. A good game goes a long ways for dudes.
It does.
And
we're in a gaming drought.
We are. We have been for a minute. And wives, girlfriends, patrons of the show that just maybe you've got a friend or a spouse, hey, be a little patient with your dudes. It's been a long time. It's been a real long time. Bub, I can't wait to get back to it. Who's your go-to team on CFB 25?
I don't know. I'm gonna start with a lower tier team and everything.
If you had to start with one right this moment, like you're picking right now in the next 15 seconds, who you got?
You're gonna give me 15 seconds and I'll let you know.
I need a sip.
Can you not like create a team and start there?
I believe there is a team builder mode.
Yeah, see, I would do that. I would start with my own team, just have god awful players, and start it from there. Get waxed by Georgia, Ohio State by 60 points to open the year off, and then 6 years later, come back and beat them for pride.
Win a chip in the chip.
Oh yeah, start on the hardest difficulty. You got to. This is a coaching experience, and if your players don't perform at 3 a.m., I'm going to be cussing them.
So it's so funny to me because you're you and I are the same person when it comes to playing video games.
Mm-hmm.
We can't play video games together because we get so worked up against each other.
You do.
Correct. We both.
You do. You do. I'm just like, okay, it's a game. This one doesn't mean anything.
I can't do it, dude. I can't do it. It's not just a game.
You've broken so many controllers over the year.
I haven't broken a controller in at least 10 years.
You haven't played a game in at least 15.
I said what I said. Hey, but this is one of those, man. We might have to play it a little bit together and have some fun together. And
you're bringing it down tomorrow.
Yeah, that's true. Do you remember the thing I got Browns? We stayed at Browns and all played.
Oh yeah, when we had to fill up the basketball hoop with sand and everything. We were playing 2K. We played NCAA.
It was like 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And we're playing NCAA football.
Yeah.
And man, we had a blast, but just
dude, I mean, it was the good old days.
The banter, man, great old days, and we're happy NCAA football's back. And if you're listening to it, man, let us know what you're looking forward to. We're excited to hear about what you're looking forward to most, or what you've got going on at this point. Shoot, it's been out 2 days.
Or give me some teams to start with.
I'd start with OU. Just start with OU.
No.
Dude.
No.
Why?
No, you.
Why?
I just don't want to start with
a small school. It's local.
Yeah, but I want small. I want bottom of the barrel.
Okay, so OU's too good.
Yeah.
Jacksonville State.
I mean, it'll be somebody of that caliber.
Jacksonville State.
Whoever has the best uniforms out of the
that's usually what it
water
comes
teams.
Down to.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's usually what it comes down to. Speaking of best uniforms, we're going to keep it moving into Summer League hoops and Olympic hoops here in just a moment. But speaking of best uniforms, Phil Knight, of course, the owner, founder, creator of Nike, booster for University of Oregon, has said, due to NIL, he will bear no costs in making sure that Oregon has every opportunity to win a championship. The man's 86 years old. So he's going to make sure that whatever financial support that university needs, they get.
I mean, that's fine. At the end of the day, until they win a chip, they are just another team to me.
They haven't gotten one, have they?
No, the closest they came was against Ohio State with Mariota.
Yeah. And Ohio State beat them.
Yeah, dude. They've always, they were the team that just couldn't win.
Yeah.
They lost to Auburn, too, I believe, in the chip.
Yeah.
When Cam was there.
And they're kind of like the Yankees, the Dodgers, to me. It feels like they're kind of, relevant for superficial reasons.
I mean, the Yankees have won some chips and everything.
They have. That's what I'm saying, though. Right.
Oregon hasn't done dog shit in football.
Hang tight. Easy. Let me tell you where I'm going with this, because I'm not going the championship route. Easy. I'm talking I'm going to attempt to buy my way. I'm going to attempt to purchase my way and superficial my way to a championship. Not necessarily, you know what I mean? That type
worked with Reggie Bush and USC.
It did. I can't argue with that.
It didn't work with Vanderbilt.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Vanderbilt. Hey, that's one you could start with, Bob. Hey, get yourself born in the SEC with Vanderbilt and see.
No, I'm not. I'm not starting with Vanderbilt. I will put myself in the SEC. I am not starting with Vanderbilt. I'll tell you, I couldn't start with Idaho either.
I would kill for, and we might have to do this on social media. I would kill for a poll, just a poll of all of the teams that people are going to begin with.
Yeah.
In their online dynasty, who will be the very last team that people consider? I would love to know that, dude. I would love to know that so much.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Get that going. Figure it out.
Let's see if we can figure that out, man. We might try to headline that research. Who is the last team that people look for in college football 25? Well, Dynasty, online Dynasty, if you would. It's going to be awesome, bub. I can't wait to try it out. I hear the gameplay is awesome. I hear there's a few new things I'll have to learn. You and me, creature of habit, don't love that. Won't break a controller, though. They're a little more durable. I'm a little more patient.
They're a little more expensive, too.
Yeah, Rob has something to... Rob's going to break a controller.
Trav's going to break a controller?
Hang on, bub.
Is Trav, like, gripping a controller right now?
Bub, I'm going to have to stop you. You talking is preventing me from hearing Travis. So go ahead, Travis, not Bub.
Is this the game where they're like adding the players, like the actual players in?
They are throwing the players, their names, their like skills and abilities, all of those things in. Yeah. 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 Like there are kids from the 740. Reed Carrico's in the game, Bub. Traylon Davis.
Yeah, I know. I saw Jacob was in there.
Yeah. Yeah, Jacob Winters is in the game, Bub.
We need to get Trav a mic. You know, he doesn't have to show his face and everything. We just need to get him a little mic there. So
I know, man. He's just kind of a floating head over there. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, he's in that all black outfit and everything. He's got the white earbuds in. So
he does. But yeah, unfortunately, he's a little camera shy. No sweat though. No sweat. Hey, we'll take the voice and like the ghost a lot. I'll just start looking around when he talks. It's a little cooler that way. Bub, I can't wait. College football's back. I can't wait to play it. It's downloading now. We're going to give it a whirl here. Maybe tonight on my end, maybe tomorrow on yours. It's back.
You got to load that up though. If you forget that, you can kiss your kneecaps goodbye.
Well, hang on. I got our buddy Travis making sure that he's here to assist me.
Trav. Trav is the IT guy. Even though he can't make an Excel formula,
hey, you're the it
or
man.
Even change the callers on Excel.
Hey, Wob is the it man, Bub, the IT guy, it man, producer. He does what he does. And a lot of other people are doing what they do, Bub, which is playing basketball right now in the Summer League, in the Olympics. I haven't paid attention to much Summer League, but I know it's a topic that you're looking forward to getting to this evening. So let's go ahead and talk about that, and maybe we can talk about some Olympic hoops shortly after. Go ahead and bring up everything Summer League you want to discuss.
Yep. The Summer League so far, I mean, it looks like Julian Strawther for the Lakers kind of leading the way in points scored per game at 28.5 through 2 games. Yeah. And this is small sample size, 1 to 3 games per player. So nothing to go wild about, but just looking at a couple of the rookies from this year's draft, Stephon Castle, who will be doubled up with Wemby next year at the Spurs. Yeah. His first game, he had 22 points, 5 rebounds and 4 assists. So good performance from him.
Yeah.
Brandon Miller, a rookie.
Is he playing Summer League?
Brandon Miller has played 1 game. He did not play tonight against the Celtics, but he played 1 game and put up 23 points. Biggest thing with him still is the turnovers. He had 7 turnovers.
Jeez,
which
that's a lot.
Which obviously leads all players by it.
Any idea?
32.5 minutes. Or I'm sorry, 32.5 minutes.
I mean, that's a significant amount in the Summer League game, though. Especially if you're trying to do too much with younger guys you haven't played with, that type of thing. I'll live with that.
Yeah. Jamie Jacquez, or is it Jacquez or Jacquez Jr.?
Yeah, Jaime Haskins.
Yeah, he put up 26, and he was plus minus 14, which leads the way for most players, except for like G.G. Jackson, who was plus 22.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, dude's a dog. Reed Shepherd, first game, 20 points. 5 rebounds, 5 assists in 3 games so far. So averaging a good amount for a 6'3" point guard.
Yeah.
So doing everything he expected. But those are the 2, Stephon Castle, Reed Shepherd. Those are the 2 that I was anticipating watching the most. I think those are going to be the 2 guards that really help out their teams the most. The Rockets look like they've got a nice little solid young core, and the Spurs are doing the same. The Spurs are kind of looking at like what the Thunder were doing, just without as much depth.
Yeah.
So
just building one player at a time, kind of reloading one player at a time, like trying to figure out who that guy is.
I mean, you got Wemby, you got Vassell, you got Stephon Castle. Like, that's a nice big 3. If Sochan pans out to something, there you go. And then you just got to fill in around it, get some good contracts. That way you can pay Wemby. That way you can pay Stephon Castle and Vassell if that time comes. So,
dude, I can't imagine what Wemby's contract's going to be.
Whatever. I mean, there is a max, right? Like,
yeah, I mean, there's a max in the NBA, but it's going to be. I mean, it'll be the max.
It'll be the max.
Yeah,
and it'll be whatever. It is at the time because aren't they increasing the max?
I think I'll go probably. You think he'll hit 350?
What is it right now?
I think Jason Tatum just signed to like 270 or 315, didn't he?
I mean, if he signed at 315, then yeah.
You think he'll hit 350?
Yeah. Significantly longer time too. I mean, he's got like what, 3 more years?
Yeah, it's 3 more years. So like, what do you think that number is then? 375? He doesn't hit 400, does he? You think he hits 4? That'd be crazy.
But I don't see why he couldn't. He's a generational talent, generational athlete. If he proves himself throughout those, 3 or 4 years, stays injury free, why not? He's worth every penny of it.
I'm not saying he's not. You know me, I love the guy. He's going to be the guy I follow shortly after LeBron leaves, or at least kind of my headline guy shortly after LeBron leaves. But man, generational talent, I agree. $400 million is awesome. A guy getting paid $400 million.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to get paid that kind of money.
Yeah. You and I both, bub. Hey,
Cam Whitmore's had just another notable one. Cam Whitmore and Brandon Pagent. How do you say it? Podzinski? Yeah, that. Both of them are also having very good summer leagues as well. Just 2 people to look out for there also.
BP's had a great summer league so far. I've seen a couple of games put up over 20 points so far.
He's averaging 18.5 right now, and 9.5 boards I thought was the biggest thing.
That's crazy for a point guard.
Yep, 6.5 assists per game, so looking really good, and I think he has limited his turnovers. Okay, he has not. There are 5 turnovers a game in 2 games, but I mean,
that's okay.
When you're getting 6.3 assists, Brandon Miller's averaging 7 turnovers on 2 assists. So
right, when you're playing with new guys too, man, it's so tough at that level, at that speed of game too. So I'm not worried about turnovers in summer league because he's going to be playing with Steph, Draymond, those guys. So
exactly,
so
no Clay,
though, no Clay. It's going to look a little different on the Warriors court. Bub. We also said we were going to discuss some Olympic hoops as well. But before we get to that, the number 2 pick in the draft, I did see. Bronny's getting a lot of hate.
Yeah, Bronny sucks.
He's feels like he's kind of the byproduct of what his dad hoped for, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he can't shoot the ball. If you're going to be a 3-and-D and you can't shoot the 3, then you really can't do anything in the league. Like, you got to be able to score.
Well,
and if you can't score, you got to be able to play defense at a high level. And I think he's too small to play defense at a high level. He can get in the way. I mean, get in front of people, but
Well, the number 2 pick in the draft, where did he come from? Washington. I'm not sure.
Who?
Washington, right? At number 2.
The big guy. I thought they went one. No, it was they were both French, right? Overseas guys.
Yes, the name escapes me, but dude went 0 for 15 or 0 for 17
was
from
it,
the field.
It wasn't the Richie guy, right?
I'm not sure, bub.
Okay.
It was the number 2 pick in the draft, went 0 for 15 or 0 for 17 from the field in a summer league game. So get that.
That's bad.
That's pretty bad, bub. So go ahead and get that statistic for me, as a lot of people are worked up by the number 55 overall pick, which is Bronny. Bub, Olympic hoops as well, as you get that name for me there. USA did beat Serbia today, putting them at 3-0 on exhibition games.
Alex Sarr.
Yes, that's the name.
Yeah, that's 0 for 15. I was pretty high on him, too.
Yeah, it's pretty tough. I mean, again, a lot of development.
How many rebounds? Angel Reese gets a lot of rebounds when she misses her shots. So.
It's true. It's true. No one talks about those things. Bub, USA beat Serbia today. Pretty commanding game after they kind of fended off a comeback. I
mean, close first quarter, tied up 28-28.
Yeah. So,
but like we discussed, I mean, Anthony Edwards coming off the bench, man, like he's too much.
The USA depth is just nuts.
Yeah, that's the difference. They've got some talent over there. Like the international players really do have talent. The way they move the ball, I mean, they look crisp and clean. They've got to, because they don't have the God-given ability that these other athletes do.
It's a much more pure game. It's almost like watching soccer in a sense of the way they know exactly where to move the ball next when they touch it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. The very preemptive thinking, very anticipated. It's very
strategic. Yeah. Yeah.
And USA, you just got LeBron posting up doing a turnaround jumper, and they're just outclassing him. Yeah, that's just what it is.
What do you do? I mean, what do you do? By the way, LeBron, It's crazy. The longevity is crazy, bub. What we're seeing from
still
that
playing
man.
still playing in the Olympics and everything like that, taking the time out of like his recovery period where he could be recovering, getting his body ready for the next season. He's committing to the Olympics and all that, and making America kind of a force to be reckoned with again within the Olympics basketball program.
And you know what's crazy to me is he won't get the notoriety that he probably should or could because he's LeBron. You know what I mean? Like he won't get the recognition. I mean, he won't get the love for it. He'll get
he played in an era where people loved to complain.
Yeah.
And people love to hate. That's the era he played in. I think that's the era like we're in right now is people love to complain about stuff. So, and they like to hate on any little thing they can. So he's I think he is kind of a victim of this era as well.
I agree with
not saying, I mean, he hasn't done some things that I don't agree with as well, but
yeah. I know LeBron hasn't been perfect in your eyes. We have our differing thoughts on some of those things as well, but at the same time, though, just looking at basketball, what the guy's accomplished over the course of his career is remarkable. And the fact that he's not only on the team at this age, because we know how you feel about Diana Taurasi being on the team at her age, but kind of headlining this USA team, man. I mean, he's the guy everyone's talking about. He's been voted the best player. He's been like the guy everyone's been asked about and commented on, and like his preparation, his X, Y, and Z. Like, I love that. I love to hear that. I'm happy to hear those things. But, bub, Diana Taurasi, Caitlin Clark, things are a little bit different on the other side of the world.
Yeah, I mean, there was a real question as if Diana Taurasi couldn't get healthy prior to the Olympics or, make like a little comeback during this season, would she even be competing on the Olympics? And if not, who was going to take her spot? And I think we all were assuming, well, I mean, if there's going to be an opening available, it's Caitlin Clark, right? Like we can all assume that's who it's going to be. But I think it would have been very ironic, not wishing an injury on Diana Taurasi or anything. I'm just saying it would have been very ironic to have Caitlin Clark take her spot. But I think Diana Taurasi being a part of Team USA is a huge factor, nonetheless.
Yeah, I think so too. Just her leadership, her veteranship, like those types of things, those go a long way, and that's why Team USA brought Kobe aboard in 2008. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So those things go a really long way, especially in international play. So
the experience alone of just playing internationally, just going overseas, traveling, it's a different environment. Like you gotta adapt your lifestyle around it for a few months.
Yeah, you do, and it kind of becomes your life. It kind of consumes you for a few months, but man. I'm happy Olympic basketball is back. And again, 2024 Olympics in Paris. We're going to be tuning into those things. But Team USA gets a big win over Serbia today after beating Australia just a few days ago on Monday. And got to look and see what the next game on that slate of exhibition games is in the USA Showcase for Team USA. But, man, it's been fun watching that team playing. I love seeing these kind of like all-star assembly of like just Avenger-type teams. It's what I hope to see in the all-star game. And just never do. You know what I mean? So every 4 years, it's really cool.
I know. The one thing I like to see in All-Star games is the players in basketball wearing their actual uniforms. Always thought that was cool. And bring back the cool uniforms. Like these uniforms now are just
they're a little weird.
We need the old like Grizzlies, the old Pistons. Like man, those are a good one. Dude, the Nets throwbacks.
Yeah,
they're clean.
Need some of those.
Supersonics.
Ooh, well, they're going to come back. They're coming back, bub. Mark my words. I think the Seattle Supersonics are going to find their way back in the NBA.
You think so?
I think so. I think it'll happen, and I think it'll happen within the next 5 years.
Okay.
It'll happen before 2029.
All right.
They'll be playing basketball games before 2029.
Dang.
It's my bold prediction. Bub,
I like it.
Keeping it hoops related, we got the Hoop Project on Sunday for episode 54. We're going to be down there in Gallipolis for the Hoop Project. It is a little too late to get your team registered, but no sweat. There's going to be a lot going on, so come on down there and be a part of a fun day of hoops, bub. We'll be down there all day Sunday. That event kicks off on Saturday, July 20th in Gallipolis City Park along the river. I've played in it. It's an awesome event. It's a fun event. It's one of those events you go play a game or two, and then you get you some lunch over at courtside, and then you come back for game 3, and then you come back on Sunday. It's going to be one of those types of things. Bub, I can't wait to be there and talking hoops on Sunday.
What's your food plan if you're not playing? Because you had a food plan when you were playing. What's your food plan if you're not participating?
You'll never
what
have
are we
to,
doing?
You won't have to talk me out of courtside anytime. I'll go in there and get a good burger and fries anytime. But I know that all you want to talk about is food instead of hoops. So
if you could combine both entities together, that's amazing. It's like golf. You can include hot dogs and beer into golf.
Well, I'm glad you said hot dogs because right down the street is Remo's Hot Dogs as well. So if you want a good dog, we got Remo's Hot Dogs we can look at. So
see, I'm a Segway kind of guy.
So
You're welcome.
Well, Bub, thanks for the assist on that. Back to the Hoop Project here. We love it. We're going to be there for episode 54. And a big shout out to The Root and those guys over there, Robbie Pugh and Tyler and all those guys, man. They just they're good guys. Went down and did a little chit chat with them. And they're happy to have us. We're happy to be there for episode 54. So we're hoping for some players to chat with and maybe some fans or family members to chat with as well, and kind of get everyone's perspective on episode 54. Bub, that's how I met Kendall. That's how I met my wife.
Yeah, I remember you talking about that.
So again, it can be an event that's not only a family event, but can lead to family event. So if you're into that, that's awesome. But if you're not, be cautious because it can lead to additional family members and kids even. But Bub, episode 54 Sunday at the Hoop Project. That's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I'm going to have to prepare my number 54s for that one.
Well, we'll keep it in mind. I think Brian Urlacher was 54, so that should be
that's a good one.
Pretty easy. He's one of the all-time best linebackers. I spend a lot less time thinking about these things than you do. So, Bub, episode 54 Sunday, Hoop Project will be there. We're going to go ahead and get things wrapped up, though, Bub. The wrap-up presented by Hothead Burritos. We love our good friends at Hotheads. We're going to go ahead and get this thing going here. We got Rio defensive coordinator, Bub, Mark Thurston. He's going to be joining us on the show. He told me today things are a go, so let's start scheduling dates. So we're going to figure out a time to get. Of course, we had Coach Quincy Wilson, the head coach for Rio football, on the show. But Mark Thurston, he's going to join us as well, Bub. So we're looking forward to that.
Nice. Heck yeah. I was wondering if you got any more confirmation or any more details about that. So
I did. Yeah.
I get to hear the news with the rest of the viewers.
You do. So again,
that's what happens.
If you're watching this is an exclusive time to watch this because Bub, I let Bub know things the same time that you all know things as well. So make sure you tune in because this is exclusive knowledge here on the 7-4 Sports Show. But Mark Thurston's going to be joining us. We'll get you a date out there for that at some point. Also coming up is Battle of the Beach in Sand in the Streets, Bub. That event's going to be taking place. Battle of the Beach is going to be taking place August 23rd. And Sand in the Streets, of course, Beach Fest will be taking place. Beach Fest will be the same night, but August 24th will be Sand in the Streets. And we're looking forward to that event here in Chillicothe as well.
So are they the same event?
They're not. Events? They are different events. Battle of the Beach is an event for parents, coaches, anyone involved in local high school volleyball organizations in Ross County. Yeah. They can participate in that. Players cannot because they're in season.
Gotcha.
By that point. So what happens is during the Battle of the Beach, the coaches, the parents, etc., yada yada, will participate for a cash prize of $1,000 for their program.
Oh, okay.
On Friday night. Now, that is the opening night of high school football. It is.
Yeah.
It really is. But nonetheless, that's going to be a great time. And we're happy to be a part of that. Sand in the Streets, however, is just a co-ed recreational volleyball tournament on Saturday, the day after.
Oh, so they keep the sand there?
They do. They keep the sand in the middle of Paint Street, right outside of all the local businesses, and people just exactly do that. They play volleyball, which is awesome.
They don't take the sand all the way to down the Paint Street, right? Where it would affect me in any way.
No, you'll be good.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah,
it sounds like an amazing event. I'm just kidding. No, I was just trying to figure out how long it stretched because I know Paint Street's a pretty long road and everything. So if I say how it affects me, then you understand what I'm talking about.
Main to water. Do you know where Main Street's at, right?
Yeah.
Courthouse, right? Main Street, 50 West, Courthouse, that
Yeah,
area.
yeah.
Over to Water Street, which is near Yaktinji. It's all going to be shut down. They're going to be playing volleyball all day.
Gotcha.
It's going to be awesome. And then, of course, Bub, we're looking ahead to the South Gallia Golf Scramble as well. It's going to be a great time. September 28th at Cliffside, Bub. We got to see if we can figure out a floor to get into that, Bub. We got to talk to our good buddy Trav. We got to see if we can figure out a way to maybe make this fun. I would love to play golf at Cliffside for the first time.
I was going to say, I always like playing new courses. So.
I do too. So we're going to have to see if we can tag the 740 Sports Show in. But if you're one of our South Gallia followers or Gallia County followers, that's one of those events that should be a fun one. Our good buddy Travis Elliott is putting that on with the Gallia or South Gallia basketball team. So be a part of that event. Help out a small local school. Do their things. And of course, he told us that that money goes to pretty good things as well. So be a part of that. Cliffside, September 28th, South Gallia Golf Scramble. Bub, before we wrap up, do you have anything else?
Yeah, speaking of Travis, this is just the reminder that he said WVU was going to make the college football playoffs next year.
It's true.
And that is signed for July 7th, 2024. So that was 10 days ago. So if he doesn't, or if WVU doesn't make it, he owes me beat-ups.
Okay.
But if they do, I will buy him beat-ups.
Okay, so there's a little wager on that.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so I didn't realize there was a wager on it. What are your thoughts? So you don't think that, Bub, you don't think WVU?
I think either way, I win because I get beat-ups. I either have to get beat-ups with them. Yeah.
You bet based solely on
who's paying the beat-ups.
Who's going to win.
Yeah, who's paying the bill.
What do I lose? Okay. Do you think WVU can get into that top 12? That's an experienced squad, Bub. They can run the ball. They got an experienced quarterback. They can do a lot of things on offense. In the Big 12.
Yeah, I mean, it's a depleted Big 12. It's just the hardest part for me is how is the committee going to view the Big 12 after the exit of Texas and Oklahoma?
But there's 12 teams.
You know
not a 1 or 2 loss Big 12 team.
It's tough. I mean, they'll get in. If they're a 1-loss team in the Big 12.
So they got to win. They can't lose more than one in the Big 12?
I mean, you definitely can't lose more than one. If you lose 2, you're done, yeah.
Okay. All right. That's what I needed to know. That's interesting to me. Bub, keeping it real. Keeping it real. We got a lot of good friends over there in Morgantown. We got our good buddy Traylon over there. We got Reed Carrico over there, an Ironton guy. So, again, we're hoping for the best out of Morgantown. We want
absolutely
the best out of Morgantown. But again,
you just realistically think about it. The SEC is probably going to have 4 teams a year in. The Big Ten's probably going to have, or they're going to have 2, maybe 3.
4.
I mean, they're getting 2 with Bama and Georgia, and with only 4 spots right now. I mean, or 6 spots. I mean, what's realistically double the spots? They're going to get double the teams.
It's true.
So you get them 4, the Big Ten 2 to 3. I mean, that's 7 spots taken up. You got 5 teams fighting for 5 spots. That's what's tough about it. You're going to have your Pac-12.
Don't all the Power 5 winners get in? All the Power 5 conference winners?
Oh, do they? Yeah, probably. Probably, yeah. Which I'm fine with. I have no problem with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Of course. Nonetheless, we got a little bit of homework to do still on that top 12, but Bub has his skepticism on WVU, but again, we're hoping the best for the Mountaineers out of Morgantown. We're wrapping it up here, but again, we have let Bub have his platform. Bub, we appreciate you being here, man. A hot, rainy Wednesday. We've had a lot going on today, Bub. Been on the road a lot of the day, so we appreciate you taking the time this evening. To our producer.
Yeah, I'm freaking worn out for the day.
Well, good. We're going to get you out of here by 8 p.m. To our producer, Trav, we appreciate you taking the time doing what you do as well. Again, long day working man. We appreciate you doing all the things you do. And to our followers, be sure to follow us on all of the social media things. Like us and follow us on Facebook. Subscribe on our YouTube and follow us on the Instagram at 740 Sports Show. That's how we grow. And ultimately, that's how we get bigger and continue to do the things that we love to do, which is podcast and cover sports in the 740. So do all the fun things. Bub, anything else before we go?
No, I think that's it for me tonight. I think I've said my piece about, the Olympics and the Summer League. So.
All right. All right. Well, Bub, if that's going to do it for you, that's going to do it for me as well. Thank you for tuning in. We appreciate your viewership here on the 740 Sports Show. It's Pick Up Phone episode 53. Until episode 54 on Sunday, we will see you next time.
Bye.